Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Long break, I mean. Okay, so in this section that we'll be looking at now, we'll be looking at understanding risk and how to protect ourselves. Understanding risk and how to protect ourselves. So the first thing we'll do is do an energizer so that all of us will be active before we start. So please, can we stand up? Can we stand up, please? And do an energizer. You know, when you eat, if you just eat and sit down, you will be tired. You will be tired. So we are going to do coconut. I don't know if people know how to do it. Now coconut is spelled C-O-C-O. You understand?
Yes.
N-U-T.
Coconut.
Coconut. So then I'll come like this. We are starting with here. This is the first C. C O C O N U T. Again. C O C O N U T. Last time. C O C O N U T. Please a power clap for ourselves. Thank you. I'm so energized. So we're looking at understanding risk and how to protect ourselves. Now the objective of this session is to identify risks we face in life, to categorize risk according to their probability and likely cost, to decide on means of protection, whether formal or informal, to be aware of the importance of saving for emergencies. Better to draw on one's own funds than to borrow money. That's why we talked about savings. You see, everything we are talking about, you always see savings in between. It's very important. So, introduction to this course is that in this module, we are going to learn how to protect ourselves and our families when we are faced with sudden events that create problems or have serious consequences. What we can do to protect ourselves and cope with these problems. First thing is to put money aside in a flexible savings account and to keep at home. So we will learn about financial products that can offer protection. The protection or the product is called insurance. Now let me ask, what is risk? What is risk? Okay, Chief.
This is a probability of losing something.
Please a power clap for him. Any other view of what is a risk? Think it. Yes, and Sunday.
Just want to try.
That's why we're here. We're here to learn.
Risk
Yes.
is taking action that you don't know the outcome.
Okay. Okay. A power clap for him. And what I love to try. Don't stop it.
Taking an action that can either result into negative or positive.
Thank you. Please a power clap for her. Thank you. So now, risk. A risk is more or less foreseeable danger that may have negative consequences, as I said. A risk happens when we are in a situation that might have damaging consequences for ourselves or for our family. Now, risks are inevitable aspects of life, so are common to us all, while others depend on our personal circumstances. So are more specific. Now, we are going to be classifying risks according to their. Before we classify, I will need us to take 5 minutes to make a list. I just colored the blue colored paper on our table.
Yes.
So I will take 5 minutes and identify the risks, types of risks we know. So just pick one of the colored paper, write types. Everybody is writing. No, the blue one. We are dealing with blue colored paper. Write the types of risks you know. So we have 5 minutes. 5 types of risk. Oh, classify risk. Look at 5 types of risk. Let's look at once the risk we face in our lives. So think of it. Everybody is writing, everybody is going to participate. No, why did you fail? You will not fail, though. But you think now, just think one.
I think
in your proposal, what kind of risk are you suspecting? Because I'm not suspecting. So you don't really talk fire right now. Where your Biro? I'm not giving Biro yesterday. Okay, let me give you my own. You will return, no? Yes, now. Why you see back? You test me, I pass. Okay. The types of bricks you know. Sir? Now, if you don't understand, write down for your language now.
Okay, thank you.
Messi will always explain If you're finished writing, you can come and paste it here on the risk board. If you're done writing, you come and paste your risk here. Once you're done writing, you come and paste your colored cards here. Thank you.
Don't write paper too much. If you write paper too much, now
I see many 4 people have not listed theirs. Sorry. Sorry. 3 more persons. Okay. Please collect your answer. And then, Papa, you just write one. Pick one problem. You just, no, I'm not. It's not okay. Oh, I'm saying I like the way you picked one. Yes. So thank you, everybody. A power clap for ourselves on this exercise.
If you leave your wife too much for house, this person does so
that one is risk.
I listen now.
So that means you right man go for me. The way you talk, you right man go. Please, I mean not being that one a risk. It's not risk. It's not risk. So we're going to classify the risk that we've written here. But before we classify it, hold on, sorry, my slide. So, before we classify our risks, as we have taken down our paper, our blue color paper and classify, we put down the risks we know. Now, the next thing is to classify them. We will try to understand the possible consequences these risks may have and how we can take them into account in planning our budget. Now, in these cards we've selected, we'll agree, we'll check to see which one is repeated in plenty places. Okay, now from this person wrote health. So we all agree health is a yes, health child. That's ill health. Sorry, let me use my now that come so that you will do this one with me. Because we want to classify them according to the cost. You know you use this one so that to be whole. Now we've agreed there's health, yes. We've agreed there's health. You write it on one paper, one of those paper. On another one, we can see fire here. A lot of people wrote fire. Fire is plenty. And on another one, what did you write here? Okay, I'm seeing, come and check with me. I'm seeing professional, that's work hazard, right? Mm. Now another one is work hazard. And we can see debt in plenty. Almost everybody wrote debt. Yes.
That one is
it's risk. If you do not plan well, your children will suffer.
If you can't, it's the one that will go.
Now, their own life. You know, life and death is the same thing when we are talking about risk. It's because if the person is gone, what do they do next? So, how many is there now? 4. We've written up. Okay, now I'm seeing water, which is flood. So, check. You know, we are following what everybody. We agreed. A lot of us wrote these things we mentioned from what you have pasted there. Now, from these things pasted, we'll classify them now. You understand? We are starting with which one? Health. So, on health, where do we place health? Do you understand what frequency is?
Yes.
How often it happens?
Yes.
Then cost is like the amount that can go in for it. We are just looking at a range, it's not like we know. You understand? Like if it's very significant, like if it's plenty money or small money or medium money. So the first one we said we are looking at is health. So for health, how often does health issues come up? You know, if the health issues we are talking about that is risk, it's those ones that are life-threatening. It's not malaria and typhoid. It's those life-threatening challenges. So where do we place? So that where do we place health? It's frequent, not very significant, fairly significant, or very significant.
Very significant.
Very significant. It happens every time. No.
It depends on. I think we want to use this word to.
And it's not you people we are working with here now. We are trying to grade them. We are trying to classify them according to their probability and severity. How severe?
Okay.
So the probability is the time. The severe is this significant. How it affects people. So for the health, where do we place health? Where do we place health?
Very significant and not that significant.
Fairly significant.
Let's put it fairly.
It's not to me, not very significant. but it's not all time. Sometimes someone like
It does not.
1 year.
No, it's going to be rare. It's going to be very significant.
It's going to be
Big
rare.
jump.
Okay, so that means it's here.
Rare.
It's rare and fairly significant. Paste it here.
Clearly.
Yes. So the next one is
Fire.
fire. So where are we placing fire? Same place.
Yes.
It's rare and it's fairly significant. It's fire.
It's not common.
It's not common.
It's not common, meaning that's the how many times gas station now. If it's happening every time, sometimes, and it hardly happens. Rare is it hardly happens. So it hardly happens, fire hardly happens.
But now,
Oh, yeah, it's
due
happening.
to gas station now,
This is a time.
Let's use media.
That's basic.
The medium,
yes.
So if you are putting it in medium, is it very not very significant, fairly significant, or very significant? If it happens, the cost is it heavy?
Yes.
Very heavy.
Very. Cost is heavy.
That's it. So the next one is
Work hazard.
like where you work accident or workplace.
Work hazard.
A lot of people wrote work hazard.
Yes. Inequality. It's too much.
This it happens every time.
Yes.
No.
Oh. I just said that way.
No matter how, when you work, even if you are hammer, when you are hammer, bang, you hammer. No matter how, even if you are farmer, even if you, that's why we have rare, that's why we have frequent, medium.
If you work for fast, if you tire,
If you are working,
It's
if you don't shop, when you go fast.
I feel someone that is parking time. You just want to throw up in the joy like that. The next thing is down.
If you fall down from the tire, single. Tire single.
It's not even about
Tire single for
So where
your.
are we placing it now? That's what we are doing.
It's medium.
Let's place it in medium.
In medium.
Yes.
So significant, very significant, or very significant. Not very
Not
significant.
not
very-
not
Or fairly significant.
Fairly significant.
Fairly significant.
Yeah.
So the next one is
debt.
okay. So that's
That's what it
Frequent.
says. Senior.
Frequent. Number one. Frequent.
Every hour,
What's not
so where are we placing it now? You are the one directing me. Where are we placing it?
Frequent and very significant.
Yes.
The next one is
flush.
water. You put water is what now? Sir?
Water.
You
Realize it. Not only in Nigeria.
No, it's not even, no, we're talking about us here. Our local sense. So does it happen every time?
No.
Yeah, so
when
that
it happens, what happens?
Real.
When it happens,
It's stay. Okay. I read on. Is that all that we have? Yes, that's all. Please, okay, let's give a power clap to what kind of a power clap for him, please, and a power clap for ourselves. Thank you very much. So, as you can see, the various risks are more or likely less, and may have different consequences, from minor to very serious, depending on the nature of the risks and the characteristics of the person or places affected. So, in our next session, we'll be thinking about what we can do to protect ourselves. What we can do to protect ourselves. Yes.
ensure.
Yes. So, sorry? Okay. So what we can do to protect ourselves? I will share, like I said, in this one we are going to divide ourselves into 5 groups again. So please, 5 groups. We will do, no, 5 groups. Remember how we did it? 3, 3, 3. On the umbrella, you write how to prevent yourself from the hazard. With measures you take to prevent yourself from the hazard mentioned. So write it under the umbrella. See the umbrella as a protection. Do you understand?
Come again.
Okay. For this session,
what is first of all?
I've shared the umbrella now. Look at the umbrella as a shield. What are the measures you do to protect yourself against what is wrong? Look at this. Measures you take to prevent yourself against those hazards mentioned. Measures you will take to prevent yourself. Yes, sir. Under the umbrella, like under the where the hand is, you can start writing from there. No, under the umbrella now. Is it on the umbrella you write? It's not there. Like if it's rain not beating the umbrella. Now it's protecting you under that. So what measures are you taking to prevent yourself from that rain? I'm just using rain. What measures will you take to prevent yourselves from that hazard happening?
Fire extinguisher.
The erosion.
Fire extinguisher.
Element.
To prevent.
Element.
In case that one is not good.
This thing is the hazard, which is the problem. What are we going to use to prevent this hazard? The insurance cannot prevent any, as you said.
There's marker on your table, Abby. Please, you can use marker so that it will be bold. Marker, please. It will not be clear. All that's
This is an hazard. This is to prevent it. This is the problem. This thing is not number one.
The umbrella protects you against, like I said, the example is rain. So what are the measures you will take to prevent yourself from rain? That's one. That one is my example.
Protect somebody from dying.
It will prevent you from whatever can happen as a result of death. Because when somebody is dead now, the family can face
Would insurance prevent somebody from dying?
It will protect against whatever may be the issue that comes from death. That's what I'm saying from that aspect. If you say we should move it, you can almost do
Helmet.
Yes, self-medication.
Self-medication.
Detergent soap.
We have 2 minutes more. It's higher.
We have finished. Go and buy more. No sleeping. Go and buy more.
The class. The class is
What are you getting your
no they are room.
The fan is not.
It's more to here.
If
They're
it's
selling 1.5.
àti ṣẹlẹ̀. Àti ṣe.
Understanding àti ṣe.
Okay.
àti ṣe wo ni
Understand àti ṣe.
àti ṣe lóyún náà.
Àti ṣe.
ẹlẹ́kẹ̀ta là ń ṣe.
We buy more also.
Balanced diet. Balanced diet. That is the new component. Then avoid
Walk and relax.
Doing the way we write. Matter.
Sorry, the lighting is not good. So now that we're just sitting, I want us to come and look at what we placed. Like, it's not even, everybody did different things. This group did unemployment. This group handled death. This group handled fire. This group handled flood, and this one handled health. So can we please come close so that we can read what each group stated that are ways to prevent or to mitigate this? The measures they took, so that we can learn from. Everybody chose different years. So for let's start with unemployment. For unemployment, the group that handled unemployment said they should fall back to farming or look for another work. Abi?
Yes.
Then you can also farming work. Okay, and you can also learn a craft or work. Is there anything we think they're supposed to add to it? Any measure we think they should have added? They are okay with it. Okay, so for the people that handle death, said regular checkup, avoid self-medication, early disclosure, healthy living and diet, avoid risky behaviors like drinking and smoking, avoid stress. So they mentioned life insurance, so they not cancel it, and that's the cocoa now.
That's the cocoa.
Life insurance is also a plan against death. In case the person is no more, the family will not have issues. So why would people write life insurance? You will disagree.
Yes.
Man, the reason why we cancel that one, this one prevents death.
It's not prevent death. You are looking at death as death. You are looking at it as
This umbrella will prevent this thing to happen. That's
when it happens, what are the measures you put in place?
What are the measures that can
To protect your family.
To protect your, anything we are talking about, I mentioned is to protect yourself and your family. God forbid it happens to the person. What will the family now do? If there's life assurance or insurance, the parents, the family will cash on it. You know that thing covers burial expenses, it covers children's school fees to some extent, I think to university level, if you pay the premium that you're supposed to pay. So it's very important if we can do a life. It's the wahala, we don't like paying for insurance here. So for fire, we said, the group said no smoking, fire extinguisher, what is this, helmet, water with detergent and soap. Now, you are looking at the fire has already happened now. We said things to make it not to happen. How do you plan to let this thing not affect you? You know, this umbrella now is like, you've stated things that is protecting you against this.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So now you're saying water with detergent and soap. You have allowed it to happen. That's what you're saying. So what are the things you would have done to prevent this from happening? You understand?
Okay.
Now this group said flood, and they said cultivation of, construction of culverts, drainages. What's this? Afford dumping waste. Okay. Okay. And then keeping flood. You know, like in our own case, some people are farmers here, right? And you know flood can destroy farms. So what are the measures you now take to protect your farm from flood? Insure your farm. So you see, most of these things you can insure it. Even the health now that they said medical checkup, there's health insurance. You understand? There's fire insurance. Life insurance is there. Employment insurance, health insurance, medical checkup. You understand? Personal hygiene, their ways to prevent. So thank you everybody. Can we please go back to the power clap for ourselves, please? Thank you. So we are going to, the next thing is we are going to be moving to okay, we are going to be looking at how to review the importance of having savings and emergency funds. How to, so, okay, you want to go back to your seat. We'll still divide ourselves in groups, but this next group we are going to be a group of 4. It's not going to be a group of 5. Yes. So now every risk varies in terms of cost. Sorry, excuse me. As we saw in our previous exercise, that every risk varies in terms of cost, and in making provision for it in our budget, we need to be able to assess both costs and associated with the risk and the probability of it occurring. One very important aspect of coping with this is to have money set aside. Is to have money set aside in case of a problem or crisis actually arises. Now everyone must have an easily accessible emergency fund for coping with minor emergencies. When we save, we should consider paying some money into an emergency fund, as it can help you cope with minor emergencies and be prepared for unpleasant surprises. Now, the next thing is we are going to look at Emeka's family income. Now we're going to divide ourselves into a group of 4, like I said. So as we are 15, how many are supposed to be in a group? We are doing 4, 4, 4, 4, 3. Right? Okay. So let's start. Please, let's divide ourselves into a group of 4. 4, 4. These 3. So if Baba you want to please come. Let them join and be 1, 2. 4. You are already 4. Okay. Please bring your chair. Sorry. Let me just.
No.
Okay. Okay. So maybe you join that group. 4 here. This one now is this group. This is the last group. So 4, 4, 4, 3. Thank you. So the next are going to do an exercise. We'll be looking at how we are going to calculate one very important aspect of it. Just hold on. How much do you put aside for emergencies? 50,000. 10%. Yes, sir.
It depends on your income.
It depends on your income, right? Yes. Please, a power clap for him. Even if it depends on your income, you should work harder to increase it now. So, how much do you think you put aside? Set aside for emergencies in case of emergency.
200.
200,000. Who said 200,000?
Percentage.
It's us.
Percentage.
So what's the percentage? What is the percentage? 10 to 20.
20% of income.
Okay. We put aside 3. Now this is how you calculate your emergency funding. It's 3 times of your average monthly income.
3 times.
3 times of your average monthly income. Now we are going to look at Emeka. I know I mentioned Emeka family's income. We are going to look at Emeka's family income. Then, for a year now, this is his family income for 1 year. Can we see it from there?
I see.
So this is Emeka family income in 1 year. Now in January it's 170,000, February 175, March 170, like that, April 185, May 165, June 170, July 170, August 165, September 170, October 170, November 175, and December is 185,000. Now in total for the year, let's say year 2025.
270,000.
No, 2,070,000. 2,070,000. Now, if you say, you know, we are practicing with Emeka's family now. We've calculated this 12 months. So I've already told you what is the family's earnings for 12 months. Okay? In each group now considers, we are looking at, we are coming back to our group. In each group considers Emeka's budget and decide how much should we keep for emergency funds. So each group discuss how much should we keep for emergency funds. Calculate and discuss. Group 1 to 4. How much should we keep for?
Divide by 10, 207 divided by 10.
I'm listening.
Like you said the amount of the average now we have 2 million, so divided by 12, then we have 172,500. Then multiply it by 3, you now have 517,500.
So you said the money they're supposed to put aside is
517,500.
okay. 517,500. That's what it is. So emergency funds. You said the average is what?
The average
Yes.
for a year is 578, 172 and 17,250.
17,250.
And 172,500. 500.
172,000, how much?
500.
Okay.
Multiply by 3 now.
Then you times 3 times. So,
570,000.
500.
570,
500.
500. So this is group
Wait.
Group 2.
Group 2.
So which other group have a different calculation from what they've done? You know, he has answered the question of now group 2 answered that their average family's average monthly income is 172. That's what they said. Okay. So you wanted to say something?
Average yearly income.
Yes, now. Average monthly income.
Okay, we can take it back.
What I saw is correct. But what I saw is, I look at the amount that if America makes, it's not the same.
Yes.
So one has at the time 170, 165, 185. So I looked at everything and I divided it by, okay, based on the frequent amount that comes, divided by 4. I saw 4 amounts of frequent, so we got 173,750. Then multiplied by 3, that gave us the 173,750 gave us the average amount, which is still in line
With what?
this. They multiplied by 3. So though our whole is 521.
Okay.
521.
So group 1 said 521.
Yes.
And the average is what?
173,000.
Group 1. Say it. Average is what?
173,750.
173,750.
Yes, ma'am.
And then the
Multiplied by
emergency funds now is how much?
521,000.
521.
250.
250. Okay. Any other view? From group 3, 4. Okay, you also got 570, 500, right? Group 4 encore.
We just need 10% of the total.
With that is how much?
That's 270.
Okay. Now, okay, group 3 also said this is the same thing, right? For you.
Yeah.
So, if you look at it, the average family income is correct here. Is the total amount they earn in a year divided by 12. That's the average. You cannot just do random sampling. You understand? So, is the total amount in a year, the 2,070,000 they earn in a year, you divide it by the number of months, which is 12. And that was how they got 172,500. Now, I mentioned before I even brought out Emeka's family income, that how you calculate for emergencies is 3 times the average. So now 172,500 times 3 is 570. So the family emergency fund is 517,500. So all of us that had these amounts, please let's give ourselves a power clap. A power clap. They are also clapping for you that have it. They are also clapping for people that have it. Okay? So now we understand how to calculate for emergency funds, right? Okay. So now we are moving to formulate advice on building on emergency funds. What challenges may a family come up against when trying to save so much money? What challenges that a family can come up against when they are trying to
Unexpected spending.
Huh?
Unexpected spending.
hold on? So you said challenges, family challenges, right? So you said what?
Minimizing the expenses.
We are talking about challenges.
Unexpected spending.
What challenges may family
Come again. Small correction.
To avoid.
To avoid come again. When trying to save, there is so much
Impulse buying.
Impulse buying. Impulse buying is it not the same as unexpected spending?
Okay.
So what other challenge can a family come up with? Emergency.
Emergency family, abi?
The same one challenge.
Emergency, abi? Sickness.
Sickness.
Yes.
Unexpected spending.
Yes,
We've
sickness.
already said unexpected spending.
Yes.
So another one is sickness and that's impulse buying now.
It's still under unexpected.
It's still on that unexpected, right?
Everything I want to say is still for that unexpected spending.
So what family we still let's think it, just think it.
Okay, what challenge can a family
You know, when we finish mentioning the challenges, we'll also talk about how we advise them. It's not to mention challenges.
Other challenge.
Other challenge.
If you die,
Okay.
suddenly, my challenge.
Sorry?
If you die,
Suddenly death.
Suddenly death is
Suddenly death.
Sudden death. Theft.
Okay. Death, right? Do we have another challenge?
in the school fees, you go. No be
It's not a
challenge.
challenge.
Na challenge, na also about.
Because if you plan, it's not supposed to be a challenge.
Hello, man, man. Hello, man, Tani. Ate de ba bi. Wọ́n lè jẹ́ lọ́mọ jáde owó lọ́wọ́ àwọn olówó challenge kan nìyẹn.
Nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ ọba ẹ̀
Ó yé mi, kò yé mi.
kò yé yín ẹ jẹ́ ṣàlàyé fún yín. Nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ ni wípé
Ìṣòro.
ẹni tó lu ẹ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé fún yín. Ẹ ti plan tó tó yẹ báyìí ni mo máa kí ni nǹkan tó lè dé tẹ̀fí ní san owó yẹn tẹ̀fí ní lè sèfù owó yẹn kẹ́ sèfù yẹn. Ara plan yẹn ti plan owó sùkúù tí mo gbé ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀.
So is this the only challenge we have that we think the family can come up against? And when they are trying to put money.
Many want to put
Or
aside.
it's already under unexpected spending.
Okay. Which other one?
Accident.
Sudden death, sudden sickness, could out of them is the same. Somebody is talking about over-indebtedness if the person has collected too much loan. Yeah? You know, if you collect plenty loan, you cannot save. Huh? So that one is also part of it. Which one again?
This, so this.
Which other one? What other challenges? We cannot remember. Okay. Now let's advise them on the ones we've mentioned. The unexpected spending. What advice will you give to the family?
The family should make an extra saving to cover any unexpected.
We are talking about the first saving. They have not made that first one. You say another extra.
They should focus on their needs.
Okay.
They should focus on their
Focus on needs.
rather than wants.
Sorry, unexpected spending may not be that. It may not be from one thing. Maybe something happened that they need to pay to attend to.
That would be
That
other
was why I wanted to
That
talk
would
about
be
that
other need.
impulse buying.
That would be other
Because
need. All that stuff.
unexpected spending and impulse buying, I'm feeling not safe.
So we should add unexpected spending,
No.
impulse buying.
Yes, I'm just going on the street. I saw something I like and I picked it.
As a family.
As a family, I can say, oh, my child will need it. And just buy it without planning for it. I don't know, just use
I know now it's you said it's what? Impulse buying.
That one is impulse buying.
impulse buying.
But unexpected something, maybe something just happened, and there is nothing you can do. You have to spend.
If it happens that it's something that you really need to pay for, it becomes a need. So even the answer is also correct. Not something that
focus on the need.
Needs than wants. If something is pressing, it's already a need.
Yes.
For it to be pressing is a need. It's no longer considered as wants.
Yes.
So
But if you but it shouldn't be an advice to them.
that
That
they
they
should
should focus on their needs.
Okay, what should be the
If
advice?
if such a thing is not listed on their need,
Wait,
like let's assume now, I need this water,
yes.
and in the course of I have make plan for the water already, and in the maybe while I'm trying to put money to save, something happen that is different from my need, and it become a pressing on me that I must attend to it.
It becomes a need.
And it becomes a need, but it's not plan. I didn't plan for it. I didn't focus on it before.
Why was savings? Why was savings?
Let me give a clear insight.
Okay.
So the whole sickness there. Like what happened to me yesterday, I wasn't
Yes.
planning for it.
Yes,
So
and
that was why I mean sickness is under unexpected spending.
Now, if you look at unexpected spending, it's broad.
It's broad.
Even when they mention unexpected spending, now it's your idea, cannot push it aside. But if you check, even sudden death,
Sudden death is under unexpected
sickness is
spending.
here. So that means what Omotayo is saying is that even this advice is not enough to cover what
Cover that.
the problem.
Even impulse buying is still under unexpected spending. Because you just feel like we need my son or daughter will need this thing, I must buy it for you.
You disagree? I'm listening.
Unexpected spending.
No, if you disagree, please, we need to hear your own view. We mentioned it in our ground rules now. That was other people's opinion.
Explanation.
Based
on his explanation that he didn't plan for that thing, and it just happened.
Yes.
So and he had to take care of it.
Yeah.
But impulse buying is like, this is not among what I want, but I decided. But this first one is talking about maybe nature,
Yes.
virtue of nature.
So it's not the
It's
same
not the
thing.
same thing.
Okay. So impulse buying, you can be walking
You
on the
can be
road and
walking
see
on the road
something.
and just see something and you buy it. But unexpected spending is it happened. Like the example you gave, it happened.
I agree with you, but
Yes.
if you want to argue, I will prove it to you that impulse buying is that.
Okay.
Should we go into the debate?
Into what?
Let me say, impulse buying. I am walking on the road and I saw this pen. My son will need this thing. Do I plan for it? Unexpected. I'm going and I saw this pen. I didn't plan. I was not expecting to buy it, but my son will need this thing. Let me buy it for him. I buy it. It's still impulse buying is still under unexpected buying.
Okay, that is your view. Your own view is correct, her view is correct.
Yes.
No, if you look at 6 now, you are seeing 6, she's seeing 9.
Yes.
Everybody is correct.
Very.
Please, a power clap for the two of them. Thank you. So, advice. Let's go back to our advice. How are we advising the family? Now, she has said, she gave her own advice. So, if you have an advice that is contrary to hers, you can tell me. We have other issues too that we are not advising.
They should have a separate
A
savings
separate savings.
to cover any unexpected savings.
I want you to understand something. We are talking about how do they even save money. You say they should have another saving. The first saving they have not
Then they
saved.
then they make plan for the savings. While they are planning, you say okay, we do so amount of money. You go for
Bank.
Are you sure you're not still talking about budgeting?
It's
budgeting,
Another budgeting now. Yes.
Budgeting, right? So they should do a proper budget.
For emergency.
Okay? So So in terms of sickness, what would we advise the family that they should do? You say it's still budget, they should budget for sickness.
No, the budget for hospital, they need to budget for, okay, they should seek, they should take insurance.
Thank you. So they can pay for health insurance. Health insurance is either you do private one, that's the one they call HMO, or you do the government one, the NHIS, National Health Insurance Scheme. You know now it will save you cost if your child is sick. Instead of paying hospital bill with card, you have paid for it already. So sudden death, death insurance or life insurance. So they should get life insurance so that if anything happens, they can bury their loved ones without issue. They will not be crying, no money, no money. Okay. What of theft in the place of theft?
Against theft.
All of them is now insurance. Okay, so insurance. Over indebtedness income. Over borrow. Reduce loan, Abi.
Yes.
Only to reduce loan, reduce over indebtedness.
Well, we don't know what led to that over-indebtedness. Maybe they were borrowing and collecting loan here and there. So that made them to incur a lot of debt. So the best way is they should review some of these things or whatever they are using the money for that will not bring back income.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Venture, it may not be that. Or maybe they are into maybe the money he had to borrow money from bank to do a business and to order a goods. Maybe while the goods is coming, something happened on the way that made him lost his good. You know that one will lead to death for him. So now what I think is they still need to take insurance.
You still need to take insurance.
To cover if the goods
that one is what you're talking about is business, right?
It's business, yes.
It means to take insurance. How are you sure it's business that costs?
No, that's why I say if it is
generally speaking now.
Generally speaking.
Yes.
You will need to reduce it.
To reduce the debt, what will you do to reduce the debt?
What will you do? You try to adjust the budget. You adjust the budget. And do within the post.
Now,
Okay,
yes.
because he borrowed more than 300 billion.
Yes.
He borrowed 300 billion. So if you do that money for business, the business they no carry 200 million come. Say, short. The short, try to they borrow money. And then they reduce it.
Now, during our class yesterday, we mentioned something. We're saying, I don't know if we mentioned it here, that if you collect. Yes. Yes.
The simple causes all this thing we are talking. The managerial ability for the business cause all these debts. So your managerial ability, if you want to, like for where we started the other time, if you don't plan, say this one insurance, this one insurance, this one insurance. How many insurance do we want to run your insurance company? The managerial ability, you need to manage your business to prevent all this risk.
Mommy, listen with me. Okay, I'm a Coco buyer. I borrowed 60,000 for your hand. The brother, that money I borrow, I don't get paid. I don't get to go for it. Return the money back. Mommy, that's my way. Okay, this is my brother, my master. Okay, my master, give me $1 million. He give me. I don't get everyone stick for the master. If that money doesn't give me, I use $100,000 for myself.
You don't put out for the farm.
So I don't get place. I will return the $100 back for the money. After a year, then it's there for my
Yes.
Yeah.
Next is increasing.
okay after the my master he go carry policy and arrest me no returns okay girlfriend dey there machine dey there no effort no start my machine dey there I go buy for my machine the wife of her the school of the school of the pikin e no get no more seat for farm the person your friend
It's not on that 100%.
yes owó yóò
No
lọ
way
sáà.
here we not run into shortage.
Sir, ma, for this over-indebtedness, I want to corroborate what he said.
Okay.
That borrowing is one
Borrow.
factor that gets
Borrowing.
that leads to debt.
Won't you pay the
So
money you
they
borrow
should
back?
reduce the rate at which they borrow and manage whatever they have.
Yes.
And actually their own plan.
If you didn't borrow, then you cannot even get into debt.
But the
Huh?
advice
If
cannot
you get money
be.
and you are in debt and you touch and you are shorting,
okay money.
you are not paying anybody with your money. But when you borrow and you are unable to meet up, it become a debt.
That is a debt.
If it is your money, you are not indebted to anybody.
Okay, mommy. I don't say they say I give up boy for 400,000 naira.
Yes.
Okay, I borrow the money for my master.
Borrowing,
Yeah.
borrowing.
I give that boy. If he say I don't get in place, I will return the money back. Now really wahala. Na some allow me now.
Yes.
So anybody, any people dey for this class, if na 1 naira you get, manager for the business.
Yes.
No borrow money. I told my friend,
Borrow.
mommy, I tell my friend, just for the day for exam. I say I no borrow anyone. Brother, I tell my brother yesterday. I say I no borrow anyone this year. I tell my say if you come up for that place today, say I go branch for the Akure. So if you see one motor, the 2 car, if you see am today, make I buy it, make I carry am go our town.
For me to buy more car.
So I no borrow any money for master this year.
That's
So
good.
I tell myself.
Yes.
I want people to clap for him. He's not borrowing.
Yes.
They come and clap for him. Thank you.
I want to take from what you told us yesterday.
Okay.
You mentioned something that when we are trying to save, we should
Yeah.
avoid loan.
Yes.
Why did you mention that we should avoid loan? Loan is somehow
It's
a style of
debt.
borrowing.
Yeah.
Loan is
It's debt.
borrowing. It's
It's
borrowing.
borrowing.
Why did you
It's
tell
debt
us
now.
that we should
Loan.
avoid borrowing?
You see, God, thank you that you brought what I mentioned yesterday.
Yes.
So, like you said, if you want to reduce the over-indebtedness side of so we're advising the family now to reduce borrowing.
Yes.
That's what we agreed that
Yes.
Another thing to look at is, I also mentioned yesterday that in case they borrow too much, they can sell off property and offset it.
Yes.
And then face with what they have, build on what they have.
I wanna-
That's another
I
way
wanna
to
go
look
talk.
at it.
If you don't have, if you don't have anyone to tell, you can.
Ah.
Okay.
Now it's more like it's sorry.
I said it's not only one approach.
It's not one approach. We are looking at different approach. And another one we said was, I know I mentioned it yesterday as well, that you should collapse all your loan in one, so that you can concentrate.
Some
And
when
some-
they die outside now, their time never reach. Some of them collect Gomule lantern. So if you don't reach time to pay that money,
It's a debt.
their BP will just rise up. If you rise up, it's to death.
Which one be winning that?
Gomule lantern.
Lapo.
That's one right there.
Okay, money.
Assist out now. So their time never reach to die. But if you don't reach time to pay that money now.
Okay, mommy, I go talk about something. Okay, 2024, Abi, my brother. Brother, yeah, you are 24. He said to go 40,000 naira. He said to go 40,000 naira per kilo.
How you were like king then?
Yes, in the Akure in Ondo State. And you are big man. If you see the small boy, you say you carry that small to go for that place, they get money. Okay, last year, 2025, cocoa is drop.
This year,
All the businessman, we fall down. All the people will fall down. Oh, okay, this money. Okay, if you use for Akure now, if you use Akure, if you see the people, you go see Festa, 30 million, 27 million. He get 10. Okay, I get 10 million last year. Okay, my pikin too. Taike de, Taike. Okay, I tell my mother say I wan buy motor last year. The wife of my house come and say, money, you get 10 million naira. Your 2 children, they enter your first date. Okay, if you get them, if you give dinner, you buy motor 27 million naira, you make 70 million. So I think you go to say next year. All the people for them, all they are crying now though. They say for go to and before 40,000 naira. All the motor you buy, the dealer is connected. Okay, the dead.
You know rely on borrowing.
You know around the money he give the dealer, he never return again. The dealer no return it. If you enter food and goes down, you go see motor first loan, the bank. So mommy, I go advise everybody for that place. Don't borrow any money.
Thank you. A power clap for him, please. A power clap for him. Thank you. Johnson, your group, you are discussing the different thing from our problem.
No.
Okay, sorry, Sunday, I want to draw the attention. So, Chief, what will you say is your own suggestion now to this family? If it's on over-indebtedness.
Yeah, you have talked about it.
That
they should stop borrowing.
okay.
So that they can concentrate on what they have.
And build on what they have. Okay. Yes. Thank you, sir.
But to me, borrowing is not an habit. You just, before you borrow anything, especially money, that particular thing that you want to use the money for, you think about it deeply. Especially business matter. You know deeply about the business before you invest on it or you borrow money to invest on it.
Okay, if you do that, please, if you that,
Let him talk.
Okay.
Most of the time, you may plan like this. In the other way, you plan will fail. Like me, that 2024, when Coco Rice, I'm a broadcast. So that time, I make a huge of money, very huge. And I sit down that this money, if I started using this money for business now, farmers, most of farmers, they like borrowing well.
Yes.
Borrow all the money from me.
Yes.
Now I now sit down, let me use this money to rent farm.
Thank you.
Okay, some farm that I rent, let assume the farm now, you know supposed to pass, let assume 100,000 a year. But then, due to high price, I rent the farm some 700k in a year. Some is 5 years, 10 years, 600k. Farm that is not supposed to be 50,000 naira. But now that everything the cocoa has dropped, now it's make a shortage. If assuming that I borrow the money, it will affect me.
Okay. Thank you. Please, a clap for him. So hold on, Sunday wanted to talk since we get him. Yes.
About this borrowing, I think we should not discourage borrowing completely. My own view is that we should not, our borrowing should be like what you have said. There should be no unnecessary borrowing. Let's put it there. If you are borrowing, because all these big men that are doing business, go and ask them. They borrow. If they did not borrow, they can't get where they are today.
Okay.
So that is it. For you to borrow, you should know what you want to use that money for. It's not that I want to go and do party and now borrow money. I want to
now, tomorrow, we are going to discuss the danger of default and over-indebtedness. There now we will overflow this over-borrowing issue. You understand? So let's conclude on this one. Tomorrow now we'll dive deeply into over-indebtedness.
I want to say something.
Okay, I want to say it.
What I want to say is, I want to make the Igbo people as reference.
Yes.
When you see a young Igbo guy that does business, they are doing it. Don't think it is their money. When they while they were still learning that trade, they are beginning to calculate. When I am through with my master, what will I do? okay, by then they will start saving the little money they see, maybe from selling something they gain, they start saving it. At the end of the day, let's assume that because the person now has like 100,000 and he wants to start the business, maybe the boss gave him to start up the business, maybe he need 50 million. The boss gave him 30,000 naira. You consider where will I get the remaining? They borrow, they go to bank and borrow. Their family member will borrow and give to them. And when they give to them, because their instincts, they know what they want to use the money for. They will do it, and before you know it, within that year they borrow, you see you start seeing them building houses. And why we that we are in the southwest here, we will be saying that it's money ritual. No, I am very close to Igbo today. It is not money ritual. It is not anything.
Now, how they do it, it's not like they borrow money.
Mommy, sorry.
Hold on, it's not like they borrow money. They know how to help each other. They, apart from settling themselves, one good thing is, even if you're learning a trade, what they do is they will meet, maybe even if the master settles me, I'm working on with my master, he settles me today. I start with the money he settles me. Another way of making money is I'll go and collect from him goods that I don't have and pay by the end of the week. You see now, I'm not even paying interest, and that is not, it's like borrowing, it's not borrowing. Now what he's doing is using another person's capital to make income. Yes. Simple.
Thank you.
That's what they do most of the time. We've overflowed.
Mommy, sorry about tomorrow. I go finish that one. My brother talk say na Igbo life. Igbo life is part of Yoruba life. I'm telling truth with you today. If you see Igbo life, Igbo people, na short boy or short men. Okay, you are my brother, you are my sister. You carry me come for village. Okay, I go there for your side. When I take you for 5 years, I will serve you as my master. After you serve you finish, but the whole business, when I pay 300 billion, it depends on into 3 or to 4. The business, it give me war. After I go to my shop, I go return the money small. Okay, the life of Igbo, don't think it's our Yoruba life. So Igbo life, if you see Igbo this year, the next year, if Igbo the devil has still for shop. The enemy is for Igbo man.
The same thing we are saying.
I know. Now you say I know. I want you to people. That's the no, Yoruba people do that.
Okay, thank you. One house. We really dealt on this issue. All of us, we have our views, we have our opinions, and all your views and opinions, they are valid. Nobody, they are correct. Nobody is saying you're wrong. What you're saying is very, very correct. So now we'll now look at your emergency fund is intended to cover expenditure for relatively minor emergencies. Most of you will not be able to put money aside for major emergencies such as long medical treatment or deaths in the family. If you plan for emergencies, you are more likely to achieve your goals, and if you have an emergency fund, you avoid having to withdraw on the savings you have made for starting a business or making home improvements or investing in education. Now, what is the most important lesson we have learned during this session? I did not hear you.
To have an emergency fund set aside.
Okay. A power clap for him, please. Any other lesson you want to add? Okay, and
to inculcate the habit of, ensuring our business and other things that we do against hazard.
Okay, thank you. Please a power clap for him again. Any other suggestion? Yes.
I want to say something concerning what I have just said now.
Okay.
I think the last statement here that is talking about if you plan for emergency, it will affect your savings.
If you fail to plan,
If you plan for emergency,
you are more likely to achieve your goals.
Is that what you're doing?
if you have an emergency fund, you avoid drawing on your savings. So we've learned how to calculate for emergency funds, Abi. Emergency funds is different from normal savings. Now, if you have emergency funds, you use emergency funds as against drawing on your normal savings. That's what we are saying. So any other important lesson we've learned during this session?
We have started so far from risk management.
Yes.
We try to analyze how to guide against risks in all ways, so that we don't fail. Because if we don't guide against all these risks, we might fail professionally or business.
Okay, thank you. Please, a power clap for Chief. Thank you. Any other suggestion or any other addition to what they said? No? Okay, our key takeaways is we should always remember that risks are inevitable. And then some risks can be foreseen. It is essential to have some savings to cope with minor emergencies, and we also know that protecting ourselves and protecting our families is very important. So, any question?
No.
Do you have any question? We don't have any questions. Okay, no. Okay. Any other question? We don't have a question. Okay. So it's been a wonderful class. I like how we brainstormed on the family challenges and advice. Even though we wanted to just dwell on the indebtedness, but it was very important that we had that conversation. At least we all learned something today, right?
Yes.
So thank you very much. Let's give ourselves a power clap. Thank you. So break, and then we'll do the